It's these two guys.
These two guys.
It's these two guys.
All right, let's get ready to go here, Larry.
We are ready to go.
Are you ready? All right, see if I can bring this in a little bit. Let's see what's going on.
It's in my face.
Well, welcome everybody. I'm George Henry.
This is Larry Richardson.
And we are
These Two Guys.
And we are here at the Akat restaurant at Puerto Morelos in El Cid Marina Resort. Actually, we're in Ventus Ha.
Ventus Ha.
The resort across the way there from where we're staying. We're staying in the Marina El Cid, which I got to tell you, it's a beautiful place here. If you folks haven't experienced that, it's pretty awesome.
It is paradise.
Yeah.
It is definitely paradise. It's awesome here.
And it's not just the scenery that you see around us, it's the people. I mean, I tell you what, I have not experienced a bad temper or misappropriated
No.
anger toward anybody.
A very attentive staff. I mean, they're always, it almost seems like somebody's just literally following you around the resort, waiting for you to ask for something,
Yeah.
right? It's awesome.
And I love the whole family aspect, you know.
Yeah.
They call you family, and you get when they go by and they say, Buenos dias, they give you the heart pump there on that. But let's, there's a lot going on in the world today, but as far as I haven't been keeping our eyes shut because we've been seeing what's going on. But this is a time, in my opinion, I hope you agree, of rest and relaxation, rejuvenation, talking a little bit about what we've experienced so far and how things are going on this trip. I'll start from the beginning unless you want to go first.
Oh, you go first.
We had a great time here. We left Eugene. We flew up to Seattle. We spent the night there in a resort that was booked the wrong month. And I booked it actually for February 27th. It was supposed to be March 27th. Luckily, they had a spot there. Now I have to deal with Expedia to get that money back from the night we missed. We may or may not be able to do that. But then we spent the night there, beautiful resort, Cedar Brook up in Seattle. And then the next morning we got on the plane flight and no issues. I really assumed there would be issues with the bags, because they're bigger bags, they're heavier bags. I thought, well, they're going to give us some grief over the size of these things. No, they just tagged them all. In fact, Deb and I were amazed that we were going to do the self-check-in for the bags. And literally, as soon as we put our IDs in there was a bagman right over there with priority tags. And so they priority tagged all 4 of our bags that we brought with us. 3 of the bags contain the equipment that we're using right now. 1 bag contained clothes. And they were all Deb's because mine were in my bag. Well, most of them. We had a couple of things. Then when we got down here, the flight was great. People were awesome. Got down here, went through customs. Now, I knew beforehand there might be an issue, but what I learned was that they said, well, just tell them that you're not professionals. You're just down here doing, a podcast.
Yeah, podcast, yeah.
Now, the unfortunate thing is George being the I don't know if it's ego, self, or whatever. Proud. I bought professional equipment. So it's hard to tell somebody you're not professional.
Right.
When you've got professional cameras, professional microphones, you got professional lighting, everything. You got professional cases that you put it in. So they started looking through the stuff and, wanted to know what everything was. I had a bag of these two guys' energy drinks that I brought down for Zach Parker over at the registration there. He was thankful for that. That's another story. And so they were going to open them up, but they ended up cutting part of it open, but they didn't open it all the way. And then they said, okay, 2 cameras, 2 microphones, everything else is surplus. And I'm like, well, how can everything else be surplus? Because you need a mic stand, you need a camera stand, you need to have something that you put everything in, and that's the only way that you're going to set it up. So to me, it wasn't surplus, but to them it was. So he gives me out this really high number, and I'm like, how much is that? And he says, I forget, it was around 2,000
pesos. Yeah.
Turned out to be $98.
4,000 pesos. It was $200.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it turned out to be $98. So that was about 1,000 pesos.
Okay.
Is what it was. And so that wasn't too bad. But he did give us a tag, a paper that says, if we ever come back to Mexico, bring that paper. We don't have to pay again. So that was it. Then You start off on this next section. This is the ride back to the resort.
Oh my
debacle.
goodness. Yeah. So when you're exiting out of the Cancun airport, and you're depending on which flights you take,
Terminal, yeah.
there's certain terminals that you can exit from, and there's really not a lot of signage that kind of points to which one you're exiting on.
Right.
So we get to exit Terminal 4, which is just by happenstance. We didn't have any actual direction to go that way. We just happened to exit out of 4.
Well, that's where you were. So.
And then we get a hold of George because they were still there waiting for us, so we can all ride to the resort together. And call George, and it's like, well, no, we're at Terminal 4. It's like, no, we're at Terminal 4. And there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of things going on, and
spring break.
yeah. So we run into the guy that actually has the El Cid sign that lets us know he's from the resort, and we go up to him. We talk. He knew George's name, so I was like, okay, well, great. Where is he at? And I get a hold of George again. He's like, no, we're in Terminal 4. I was like, is there another number or a letter that goes to this? And of course, you remember the language barrier there. That was kind of a little bit of a problem too, because we couldn't articulate exactly where we were and where we thought you were. But when we still have to wait for the driver to come, because that was not the actual driver. He coordinated the driver coming there. And,
well, and in the meantime, I'm communicating with the concierge here.
Yeah.
And she sends me a picture. You need to be on C. And I'm like, I don't see a C. There's no C anywhere
There's
here.
no C, yeah.
So apparently there is
Inside.
there's an arrival side and departure side for regular people.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the tour side, where people that are staying in resorts. And that's the side you went out, which was the right side.
Right.
But the taxi driver that brought us from Terminal 1 to Terminal 4 dropped us off at the front part.
Right. Which they don't go back in and pick you up at after they've dropped you off.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And you've paid, which another debacle there. We got charged twice, $155, not 155 pesos, $155, 2 times. Because first the guy said, and we found out these guys are scammers. First he said, "Oh, your card did not work. We need another card." I'm like, okay, so I give him another card. Oh, that card worked. Well, it turns out they both worked. So now I got to fight with the credit card company.
The credit card company, yeah.
But then he drops us off in the wrong spot, and we can't. Once you exit the terminal, you can't go back in.
No.
So we finally, through multiple language translations, we finally got our concierge to tell us what we needed to say to the right person. We found security at the friends and family exit, and he led us back through. And my apologies to the drivers, to you guys, to our wives. I was not happy. I was very upset. I might have said a few words that were inappropriate, but what are you going to do? And so finally we get on board.
And we do have footage of us driving in. I did take a little bit of
Right.
footage, so we'll pepper some of those in here. And
so it's not just us chit-chatting so much.
No. But we did get back to the resort. We had some margaritas, and that kind of cooled everything.
Yeah.
Some top shelf margaritas.
Yeah,
too,
that doesn't help. It doesn't hurt at all. So Deb and I last year joined the Platinum Club, which gave us the opportunity to, have 400,000 points, and then we use our points for a week stay. Well, Deb and I said, hey, we should have Larry and Susie come with us, and we can have fun, podcast, do that kind of stuff down there. So while we were doing that, we got a call saying we're offering a special promotion, which you'll get 2 extra bracelets for all-inclusive. And or you can get 30% off your points. So instead of using 100,000 points, we would use 70,000 or 70. Yeah. And I said, no, let's go with the extra bracelets. And so that saved about $120 a day.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty neat savings. And tell me, has it been worth it?
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know if anybody's ever done all-inclusives before, but obviously, like I said, the mini bar, whatever's in there, it's fine. We have footage of us going into the room, kind of took a picture of the little snack plate they gave us and everything. And with the gold bracelet, they have a concierge. You can go in, that's where all the top shelf alcohol is. And
right. Well, the idea is to go in for the concierge. Well, they just happen to have top shelf liquor there.
There's other amenities inside there, but
the
we do love the top shelf stuff. But yeah, no, it's great. I mean, it's like I said, the room is super duper clean. The room is very, very nice. Again, footage of that as well. all the pools, tons of pools, walk-up bars and food restaurants peppered throughout the resorts. And there's 3 resorts here.
Yeah, there's the El Cid Marina,
El
which
Cid
is the one
Marina.
we're staying at.
Mhm.
There's Ventus, and where we're at right now is Ventus Ha. Ventus Ha is the most recent one that was built by the resort, by El Cid. It's the main name over it is El Cid. That's the name of all.
the
They've
name.
got them in Mazatlan. They're rebuilding one in Cozumel, and they've got them. I can't remember Cabo. They're building one in
They're both
Cabo.
in Cabo.
So they've got them all over. Now, thing about it is, we purchased here, so our all inclusive is only here.
Right.
So if we were to go to another one, we would have to pay the food and beverage daily. That. But,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, so,
But you can, being here, you can use all amenities from all
Right.
3 resorts that are, and there's carts that take you back and forth. So if you
yeah,
want
you
to,
don't have to walk. The only thing you have to do is walk from your room to the ground floor, and you don't really have to do anything else. You get a butler for the whole week, and that butler takes care of you. And then you get a concierge person who will fill in when the butler's not there, so help out and stuff like that. And they give you their personal phone numbers. You get on WhatsApp with them or whatever, and they stay connected with you, from here on out. I mean, pretty much. Alberto, our butler, great guy. We still have his phone number from last year, same phone number, so we stay connected with him. So, yeah.
and the people here, not just the employees, but the people we've met are very nice. We went on a trip to
Chichen
Chichen
Itza.
Itza,
Mhm.
and we met 2 families. One from Canada, the other one is from Southern California, or Bakersfield, really. But
Well, he said he grew up in San Diego.
he grew up in San Diego.
Yeah.
And we spent a 12-hour excursion with them, driving all the way out to Chichen Itza, and a couple of different excursions, a couple of cenotes and things like that. And we just really got to know them, and we've all exchanged numbers, and just all around. It was great too, because it was a small group. Like,
it was 10 of us.
it was only 10 of us in a van.
So we'll give a shout out. We have Erica and Edmund Jackson. They're both both last names are
Yeah.
Jackson. Okay. Great couple. They're the ones from the Southern California. Then from Alberta, Canada, there was Albert, which I thought was funny. His wife Candace. Their sons Logan and Ashton, and they were great people. And then we met Josh and I forgot her name. Josh and forgot that one. Sorry,
Josh,
guys.
we apologize.
Yeah, I apologize for that. And then we met David and his wife. No, I
Start
can't
with a
remember.
B.
B?
I think it started with a B. Bonnie?
Beatrice?
Bonnie?
Nah.
Wasn't David?
Anyway, again, there's only so much memory in here, and we forgot to offload some of our memory on that stuff. Anyway,
Met Daryl and Connie.
Daryl and Connie.
Daryl's a very interesting guy. He seemed very knowledgeable about climate control and stuff. So we're hoping that maybe at some point in time.
Land him on the podcast with us, yeah. And then, was it Renee?
Renee.
Renee?
Yeah.
Lady Renee. She's a single lady who stays here. She had the black bracelet, so she's a Millionaires Club.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she can stay here 19, 20 weeks a year without paying a penny.
Yeah. Very nice lady.
Yeah, very nice lady. Yeah. But, and we know that going on in the world today, there's been a lot going on. We've been pretty much sheltered from the war in Iran and what's been going on there, although I understand the president spoke to the American public on it, and I don't really have an update on that.
I chose not to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, it's like, we literally could put our heads in the sand here.
Yeah.
Literally, if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But it was pretty nice there. So what, you got anything on your mind? You want to get off your mind or anything?
Mexico is just, it's, some people are afraid to come here. People are afraid of this and people are afraid of that. And I will just say, anybody traveling anywhere in the world, not just Mexico, you got to use your head, use common sense. As George mentioned before, when you exit the airport here, there's a lot of people there that want to take you,
For a ride.
For a
literally.
ride. Yeah.
I figured it.
Yeah, exactly. People who are well seasoned with traveling, they know these things. But for first timers or people who have a fear, nothing to fear. Just put your ducks in a row. Just double check your stuff before you travel, and you will have a wonderful time here.
Yeah, and again, this is like, I feel totally safe here.
I feel safe. Yeah, completely.
You know,
safe.
for people that are afraid to come down now, you know, in Puerto Vallarta about a month or so ago, they had the issue with the cartel member being killed, and then the retaliation there. Small uprising, very short. Your friend sent us some video
Yes.
that he did on there of some burned out cars and stuff. But for the most part, that's all gone. That's all done.
It was a show.
Yeah.
It was a show. That's all it was.
Yeah. And I believe a couple people did pass away or did get killed in that, but still, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
So then the other day we went into Puerto Morelos and we did a walk around there. I introduced you guys to Uka, Nigeria.
The Nigerian tequila king.
Yeah.
Master.
The business I've ever had for this month, for this year,
Yes.
who gives me the perfect attention, perfect love. I mean, they just made my day.
Yeah. And you thought the Spanish accent was difficult to comprehend.
Yeah.
Uka had a little bit of the Spanish and the Nigerian mixed in with it, so it made it a little bit more difficult to understand. But
Is that why you guys thought he was Jamaican?
who thought he was Jamaican? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no. I remember him saying he was from Nigeria, but I didn't hear that conversation, so it never really came up. But yeah.
Now, if you haven't seen that, I don't know if we posted that.
No,
one
we have
yet,
not
but
posted that yet. That's
yeah.
got to be edited, and we need time for that because Uka tells us a lot, about
Yeah.
45 minutes worth of Uka.
Yeah, for a couple minutes worth of knowledge, which is some good knowledge. I mean, he did go pretty deep into tequila. Most people just really care about drinking it,
Yeah.
but he goes into which kinds and the still process, why some are light, some are darker, how they become more smoother, things of that nature. So
Which ones are for shooting? Which ones are for sipping?
yeah,
Maybe we'll do, instead of a
Another cigar
stogie
thing.
and whiskey, maybe we'll do a tequila and
nachos.
ganja. Oh, tequila and nachos.
We'll do tequila and nachos.
That would be funny. Yeah, like 5 different types
A
of
couple different
nachos.
salsas and some guacamole
Oh, man,
and
that's a
some
great
nice
idea.
chips.
I
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
idea.
We'll buy like the little 99-cent chips and whatnot, and then we'll get some expensive chips
Salsa.
and compare. The
Well,
chips
you
and
know,
salsa.
our ladies could probably make us some delicious salsa.
Oh, I'm sure their salsas would be better than anything we buy in a store.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, just have to marinate for a few days before we do it. I doubt very seriously we would get the hanger again. Terry might do the same.
if we tell them it's nachos and not
Yeah, if we tell 'em,
stogies,
yeah, not stogies, we might
tequila, and-
do that.
yeah. But yeah, no, it is wonderful here, and like you said, the staff here is wonderful, and you guys get a chance, and I think it's okay to say this. Costco also has deals. You can get
Right, you can get the resort booked through Costco,
Through
and
Costco.
apparently they have some really good deals on that.
Yeah, you don't have to be a member.
Yeah, and you don't have to go through the presentation when you get here when you do that. You can choose to,
You can choose to.
or you can choose not to. So it's just totally up to you. Yeah.
And anyone's ever gone through a presentation, I can't speak for El Cid in that manner, but obviously, they're going to be incentives, so to do it. So check out Costco.
There's going to be encouragements.
Encouragement.
Definitely
yeah.
so. Definitely so.
Yeah.
So we're here till Saturday, and we fly out Saturday afternoon. You fly out Saturday early afternoon? Like
Saturday
1 o'clock?
afternoon too. Yeah.
4 o'clock? You fly out at 4? I think we fly out at 4 too.
Probably. I don't know if no, you're not flying Southwest though. You're
No,
flying,
but maybe we can get the same
Same ride.
Same ride.
Yeah.
If they're willing to drop us at two different.
two
I'm not
different
paying
terminals.
$155 again for no taxi.
Now that's going to be interesting because the terminals are definitely separate.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you like some airports you walk in and you can get to all the terminals easily inside, but some of them you have to go into certain areas to like even Eugene, because what we have Terminal A,
Yeah.
right? And that's it.
Yeah.
If you
that's
go
it.
to that, yeah, it's it. Terminal A. I don't even know why I even get I don't even know why I even bother giving a letter.
Future expansion, Larry. Future
Is that what that
expansion.
is?
Yeah, that way they don't
How
have
long
to
has it
change
been letter A? No, I don't know.
Probably forever.
But yeah, trying to get into Southwest versus United Delta.
Don't say the U word around it.
No. Oh, that's another story. I want to hear that one.
No, I won't diss any company because you never know when you might have to fly them again.
It's okay to Spirit.
Spirit Airline?
Yeah.
You can diss them?
Are you going to fly Spirit?
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. But you never know. I mean, it could happen. Could happen. So when we here's something interesting. Deb and I, 2 years ago, we went to Chichen Itza, and we went on the big tour bus, and they brought us in there, And they brought us in a different entrance than they did this time. It's just little more of like a little walk up. You get in there, and of course, I would say thousands of vendors
Oh yeah. Easily.
trying to sell you stuff. I mean, it's definitely a tourist trap. sort of.
Aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive
vendors.
sales. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we learned when we went this time is they brought us into the new entrance. And the new entrance had just opened 5 days prior to when we got there. And we go in there and there's all these concrete buildings with cages on them. They look like little prison cells, right?
Yep. Yep.
And on the way out, we calculated that there was over 1,200 individual booths,
Yeah.
maybe 14 with the ones on the end side. But there were 300 concrete buildings with 4 each. That was
4
12.
each.
So then on the outskirts, they had more than that.
And each one of those were kind of triangle shaped inside, and you had electrical outlets on both sides with 2 tables. So they may even have to share those
Right.
with someone. So
Well, I guess it's pay. I mean, if you pay for both, you get both.
You get
right?
both, yeah.
If you have more stuff than that. But what we learned is that the Mexican government here, if you know this or don't, Chichen Itza is one of the 7 wonders of the world. That's
Yeah.
listed as one of the 7 wonders of the world. The Mexican government threatened the people that watch it. I guess it's the parks or whoever. I don't know the hierarchy of what that is. But they said if you don't remove these vendors away from the actual pyramids, that they will take that designation of the 7th wonder of the world.
status away. Yeah.
Because it would be a wonder in another way with all those people.
I wonder why you went
Yeah.
there.
So they ended up building this whole new complex. They put a museum in there. They have offices. They have all these places. They're going to move every one of those vendors. And if you've ever been to Chichen Itza, or if you've ever been to one of these tourist traps where they go out there and they have all these people going, what was it? Only $1, $1.
Yeah.
$1 less than it was yesterday. That's what it was. Or almost free.
Almost free.
Almost free. And it's just, they had them set up in front of other pyramids. So if you wanted to go to look at that other pyramid, you had to get really close to the people.
Yeah.
You had to get up close and personal. But learned a lot about that. And then, so within the next month or so, I guess they're moving them all out.
Yeah.
They have to
But
finish.
I did learn a new sales slogan though. It was cheaper than Walmart, better than Target.
Yeah.
That's gonna stick with me. I love that.
But we were warned that many of the items that we could have purchased there were made somewhere else.
In China. But as we're walking through, we can see people actually carving.
Hand carving.
Yeah,
stuff,
hand carving stuff, and they great job.
Yeah.
I mean, from what we can see.
Actually, I saw one sanding it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know, it doesn't mean maybe she was just faking it, just the sanding. But no, I'm pretty sure that some of the things were handmade there.
Now, I didn't see a lot of wood carvings on the floor. Now, I did not notice, but I did see some unfinished work. So
Yeah. Well, I did see one lady, she had like a dragon or something, and she was sanding it and sanding in little crevices, trying to get the wood smooth and all that.
yeah, not lots of stuff to sell. I mean, some pretty nice stuff. They had the glass. It was glass on 2 sides with a wooden frame, and it had the pyramids and the
Like between glass?
between the glass. Yeah, it was
that's
kind of
what
like
it was.
floating in there, and it had a bunch of little like artifacts and stuff in there. That was actually pretty nice, and they had animal calls. One of them was like a jaguar,
Right.
which was pretty cool, pretty convincing sound. I don't know what it looked like, but you blow into it, and they'll blow it a lot while you're there, so you'd hear like a jaguar over here and a jaguar over there.
And oddly enough, if you remember Jurassic Park, it sounded a lot like the Velociraptor.
Yes,
A lot like that.
yeah.
And then the other one was
Bird. They had some bird calls
some bird calls.
and very interesting facts too. We learned about the pyramids and the Mayans. I mean, they were geniuses.
Yeah, absolutely.
To the point to where you'll see some of our video footage where they play the game with the hip with the ball.
Yeah.
What is that? Can't remember the name of it, but it'll pop up here somewhere in our podcast.
Yeah, I'll put it up there somewhere.
And this thing was designed with the stones that they use to make the walls. There's a slight angle to them. I mean, and I'm pretty sure if you took a plumb bob, it would be probably dead on accurate from one end to the other. And they put smaller stones on one side, and on the adjacent side, you'd have bigger stones. And then in the other one, you'd have smaller stones and then bigger stones. And it made this acoustic sound, that where everything echoed a certain
Right.
way.
And you could clap and you could hear the echo.
You can hear it, yeah. And they had like a little pavilion on the end where like music will be played and stuff. And then you had The side walls where regular people would watch the games, and then you'd have the high society, and then you have the really, really high society at the very end.
Well, they call it special guests,
Special
dignitaries
guests.
or something coming in. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Special guests. Yeah.
And
And the weird thing about it, and we won't try to educate you on the game or anything, but it was an honor to win the game and then be beheaded.
then beheaded. Yeah.
So if you were the victor of the game, they would take their best player
And
and put
Was
him
it-
on the throne.
they snapped their back and then opened their chest.
Yeah.
Was it? And then they
Take
or-
the heart, but they also
yeah,
cut the head off.
They cut the head off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's pictures of on the glyphs of heads on stakes.
Sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
Which is
very
another
intelligent
interesting
people.
thing too, and again, I didn't want to make this a history lesson, but the Mayan culture, when they bury their dead, after 7 years, they dig them up
Yeah.
and they take all the bones out and scrape away all the
Scrape
stuff,
them, yeah.
scrape away, and just put the bones. And then if they had a loved one that died as well, they would put them together,
Yeah.
and then they would await, the next life. That was pretty interesting too.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
creepy, to be honest with you.
We did go to
Deb,
that.
I'm gonna dig you up after 7 years. I mean, if you go first, and see what's left. But I doubt very seriously they use formaldehyde or any kind of preservation in the
No.
body. They just let them rot.
And
yeah.
we did go to the. We were welcomed by a shaman,
Yeah,
At,
the indigenous
the indigenous.
people.
Yeah. That was actually pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
However, I'll tell my side. I thought it was interesting that they had electrical outlets. They were supposed to be like indigenous people out there, living off the land. They had electrical outlets. They had locks on their doors, right?
And he had Apple Pay.
And they had Apple Pay.
And he had
They had Apple Pay. That probably blew me away more than anything.
Gotta,
Because,
that's
you
got
wanna
to
leave me a
evolve
tip?
somewhere.
I got Apple Pay.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty bizarre.
That was bizarre.
But
Another thing you need to remember too, if you come to Mexico, which we highly recommend, bring one of those little chargers with you. Those, the batteries that hold the charge, because your phone is going to die quickly. Have either of you ladies noticed that as well? Is it happening to you too?
Yeah.
So it's happened to all of us, and we assume that it happens to everybody here, that you lose some of that.
yeah, I wonder if it's that
I think it's the roaming. You're constantly going in and out of
Signal,
roaming areas,
yeah.
and so you're moving from one tower to another tower, one Wi-Fi to another Wi-Fi. I think that eats up power. We can chat GPT and find out if that's the case.
that would make sense because it definitely. I mean, my phone can go days without charging it, and all of a sudden it's like every time I turn around, 30-40%.
Yeah.
So,
And so now, as we get ready, depending on the weather, I don't know if we want to do the yacht with the weather potential. Because tomorrow is the actual day, and I don't know. The weather doesn't look all that great. We had a couple days of sunshine. Yesterday we had a little sunshine, then clouds, and then rain.
thunderstorm.
Yeah, we were actually in here having dinner last night, looking out the window, and Susie goes, "What'd you see that?" And it's like lightning hitting, and then it came down pretty hard. So
Yeah, it was like a monsoon last night. I was watching them sweep your balcony, and they were actually pushing water off the side. So your balcony is pretty wet.
Yeah. And another thing, which I thought last week was the last week of it, but apparently this week is the last week of spring break.
Explain all while the kids are here.
Yeah, so we had a lot of kids here, and it wasn't too noticeable until they got a little wild and
Jumped on the back of our cart.
jumped in the back of the cart. The driver was not happy because
No.
somebody gets injured, they're gonna hold him responsible.
I mean, we were doing good, 7 or 8
clip.
miles an hour. It seemed like coming around that corner, and all of a sudden the kid runs and jumps on the back of the cart. It's like, not smart.
Not a smart thing. And then we had the other night. We had one girl, I think, was screaming at the top of her lungs. It sounded like she was being murdered. You know,
Wow.
I don't know if you heard that, but we heard it from our room, and it kept happening. 2 or 3 times, Deb? And I was like, I almost wanted to call security and say someone's getting hurt, but then they come running by and they're all yelling. So she just was a bloody screamer or something.
And they had a couple shows. We actually missed, because we were in Chichen Itza, we missed the fire dancing, which looked great. We caught the tail end of it, but we were going to get food because we didn't have chance to get reservations for sit-down dinner. So we went to one of the buffets they have here.
Dolores.
Dolores.
And this was after Chichen Itza,
This
right?
is after
Yeah,
Chichen
okay.
Itza.
So we got in late.
Yeah, we got in late, 9:30, close to 10 or something like
Yeah.
that. And then, but the fire dance looked awesome from what we could see. And they have a pavilion here, so there's always a show. They have another little outdoor kind of area, which is also like a pavilion. They put on shows there. I think they're supposed to have a taco.
The Taco Fiesta Taco.
Fiesta. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tonight, which is odd. It's Thursday. I thought it would be Tuesday for some reason. I don't know why I would think that, but in America,
Tuesdays are
Tuesday.
taco days.
Tuesdays are taco days.
So there's always something to do here. Going into town, there's a dolphin reserve over here.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
dolphin training. Now, my understanding is that they're going to be releasing them soon. Did anybody get a date on that? No, just the plans are to release them, put them back into the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it has something to do with animal protection, or it's just that maybe they're not getting as many people coming over there to do it as they thought they
As they
would.
thought they would.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, like any resort, there is a concierge. There are travel guides inside, and pretty thick book worth of of things to do. There's a lot of things to do. Adventures, snorkeling, canyoneering, cenotes, just tons. Zip lining, anything you can think of.
You can cruise to Isla Mujeres, or you can cruise to Cozumel and spend the day there. Isla Mujeres is only a 4-hour thing, and you can do things on your own. You could take a taxi down to Playa del Carmen, hop on the skiff to go over to Cozumel, spend the whole day there, and come back. It's not like you have to do resort features.
Yeah, you do everything in the resort.
Yeah, or by the resort.
Right.
Yeah. They do have their own tour company there, but as Platinum Club members, we learned that you don't use that tour company. You go into the Platinum Club and you make your reservation.
Yeah.
Because you save a bunch of money. Because
Yes,
it was
yes.
the difference. Like we were talking about doing the yacht tour for up to 10 people, and at Prona Tours it's $1,700. In the Platinum Club it's $600.
Yeah.
So that's an $1,100 difference there for the exact same tour.
Yeah, tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exact same boat, everything. Just going through different channels of reserving it.
So, and we picked up some subscribers while we were here too.
We did. We broke a milestone.
Yeah.
We broke a milestone. So
Milestone,
it's exciting.
heading for the next milestone.
Yep. Yep. No. So, if you are watching, tell your friends, tell your family, check
Yep.
us out.
Like and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. Hit the subscribe button below. Helps grow the podcast, helps grow our ability to keep doing this, which we like doing. And again, I'm almost sad that we don't have any politics to talk about.
Yeah.
Not that there's none to talk about, but
I'm-
we've been busy vacationing. I hate to say this, but I don't care. Right now I don't. I will care on Monday when I go back to work. Right.
It'll be a few more days before I think I want to give it
You may not care at all.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I think we've covered a lot.
We covered a lot. I mean, we're just basically, this is a love story for Mexico, love story for El Cid and the folks here. They're all great. Oh, I gotta shout out to a few people, Iker, and what did he call me, Cocate or something like that? My doppelganger by name, Jorge, or they call him Coco here, and then Zach Parker, Marco, we saw here, Alberto, our butler, Christina, our concierge. And Manny, who set this whole thing up for us, let us do it. He's not here right now, but he was. He helped us get all this going, so appreciate that for Manny there. And he said, as long as we don't swear too much, and as long as we keep it family friendly, we can do this. So
That's why I got pants on.
yeah, we almost never have pants on when we're doing our podcast.
That's why it's always.
Yeah. And don't forget, we got merch. Ew. Is that for Larry, right? Yeah, okay. We do have merchandise. You can go to these2guys.com/merchant.html if you're on your phone, because you have to type in the merch.html. If you're on your computer, you can just go to These Two Guys and you'll get all the headings up there. Merchandise is there. We're constantly adding stuff to merchandise. Occasionally we give stuff away. So we are having a contest right now. You can go to these2guys.com, click on the contest link, fill out the information, go to the merch page, pick what item you want out of there, and then fill out the form. And then in June, first week of June, we're going to pick out a winner, and they will get the merchandise of their choice. So anyway,
And continue to, again, subscribe, because who knows, we might be just giving something away just for the hell of giving it away.
yeah. We might as well do that. Why not? I mean, it's good publicity.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you plan on coming to Mexico in the future, we recommend Puerto Morelos. Of course, there's lots of places to go. You don't have to come here. But this, for us, has been a great place. Deb and I have really enjoyed it. We're going to take some mini jaunts to other places throughout the year. But it's kind of nice to come here, especially with the all-inclusive. So, Larry?
Yeah. I mean, with the non-member, I have to agree 100%. It's a very, very nice place. Again, I've not been to so many places where the people are just so attentive to your needs. I mean, questions all the time. Are you okay? Do you need this? Do you need and that's, some people say, oh, it's a little too much. But not when you're on vacation. Not when people are there to serve you, you know.
It's like, for example, when you first come into your room, they give you a bottle of red wine. Yours was red, right?
Yep.
Okay. They give you a bottle of red wine because they don't want to put it in the fridge. Uh-oh. I left a bottle of wine in the freezer. But anyway, but last night, in the pouring rain, in the thunderstorm, Alberto was working. I said, Alberto, we're going to play some games in the room. Can you bring us a couple bottles of white wine? And he said, Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon.
And I said, Chardonnay. And I said, no, Sauvignon Blanc, because I like sweeter, even though the ladies probably didn't like the sweet as well. So he brought us a couple bottles. He brought us an umbrella, brought us some ice, and that was for no reason whatsoever. So,
Other than just hospitality.
hospitality. So anyway. All right, we are these two guys. I'm George.
I'm Larry.
Like and subscribe. Tune in. We do these once a week. Episode 33. I can't wait to episode 52, because it'll actually be more than a year, because we missed a week here or there. In fact, we missed last week, but we're doing it here. So thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you staying to the end, and keep a lookout for some of our other videos. We're going to be giving some things from like Uca that we shared with at the tequila bar, and some of our little short videos from out in the water. We got one of Deb and Susie jumping in the water there. We'll probably not share that, because they'll probably be mad at us if we do.
Yeah, we're looking right now for the ice. I got enough. And then,
Nah,
and then-
that's
yeah.
all right. I'll do it, because I know Deb will forgive me, and then Susie can be mad at me.
Well, if we just blotch out the heads and put the pixelation so they don't know it's them. And
Well, no, they'll know it's them. So we'll leave the head. We'll block out the bodies. We're getting some head shakes now.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
we might be stuck in Mexico.
Yeah,
so
we
if
might
you're
be.
watching
Ladies might be
this,
coming home
please
and-
send help.
Yes, please do. Hey, thanks so much.
Take it easy. Good.
Peace.
Bye-bye.